Hi, welcome to RJP Infotech. I am Prem Sundar Chakravarti. Let's learn port security feature in this episode. Port security is a security feature on Cisco switches that lets you control which device can connect to a switch port based on their MAC addresses. When enabled on a port security monitors and restrict what device can send traffic through that port. It also can limit maximum number of MAC addresses that can be learned in that port and can take action when a violation occurs, like shutting down the port, log events, etc. For example, if you set a port to allow only one device with a specific MAC address and other device tries to connect, the switch can automatically disable that port and alert you. Let's understand port security with an example. As shown in the diagram, two servers are connected to a switch. DB server with MAC address 0003 E43C 4551 is connected to FA0/8 port, and we have enabled port security in this port. When DB server sends a frame, switch allows to access FA0/8 port. But when a laptop with a different MAC address tries to communicate via the same port, switch does not allow the frame. When an unauthorized MAC address device attempts to communicate, port security can be configured to respond in one of three ways: shut down, restrict, and protect. The default option is shutdown, which completely disables the port, placing it in an error disabled state and generating a log message. When a port is in error disabled state, it is effectively shut down and no traffic can be sent or received through it. As you can see, when port security is configured on the FA0/8 port for the DB server, switch updates the DB server MAC address in its MAC address table as a static entry. If DB server is disconnected from the switch removes the static MAC address entry. When a laptop is connected to the same FA0/8 port and sends a frame, the switch reads the laptop MAC address from the frame header and places the port in an error disabled state. Additionally, it generates log message. Administrator intervention is required to manually re-enable the port so that DB server can communicate through the port FA0/8 again. If we configure security action as restrict, then switch drops frame from unauthorized MAC address, like from our laptop, and generates incremental log messages. The port remains in enable state and therefore administrator intervention is not required. If we configure security action as protect, then switch drops frame from unauthorized MAC address without generating any log messages. In this case also, the port remains in enabled states, So no administrator intervention is required. Basic configuration for enabling port security on a Cisco switch is as shown. Switch port mode access command configures the port as an access port. Switch port-security command enables port security on the interface. Switch port-security MAC-address 0003E43C4551 command specifies allowed MAC address. Switch port-security violation restrict command sets the violation mode to restrict. You can use keyword protect or shutdown to set respective violation mode. You can use show running-config and show port-security command to check your configuration. Hope this is useful for you and thanks for watching.